In northern America, nestled among dense forests, there was a small old town called Hopesville. Today, the place is deserted, but 100 or 150 years ago, people lived here. One thing about the town was very famous: its deserted streets, where no one dared to step after dusk. The story begins on a cold, winter night. At that time, a young postman lived in the town, Adrian. Courageous, cheerful, and hardworking. But Adrian was most curious about the strange sounds that echoed in those streets. Sometimes the thumping of footsteps, sometimes the echo of someone softly calling out a name. People said these voices belonged to settlers who had suddenly disappeared years ago. One evening, Adrian resolved to find out the truth. As night fell, he took a lantern and reached the town's oldest street, Stone Street. The street was completely quiet, but there was a strange chill in the air, as if someone were following him. Suddenly, knock, 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 the sound of footsteps echoed. Adrian stopped. The lantern began to shake. He looked back. No one. But the echo of footsteps grew closer. Driven by fear and curiosity, he moved forward and stopped in front of an old wooden building, the very place where the stories of the settlers' disappearance had begun. The door creaked open on its own. It was dark inside, but old photographs hung on the walls of the town's inhabitants. But Adrian noticed that there were people in all the photographs. But in the back alleys, a faint shadow stood. That shadow suddenly moved from the photograph and descended into the room. A smoky figure, as if formed in thin air. He said in a dry voice, "And the shadow told me that the townspeople had gone deep into the forests in search of gold. Greed grew, fights broke out, and one night the entire group mysteriously disappeared. Their longing and regret still haunt these streets in the form of voices." Adrian panicked, but said, "I will tell your story to the world so that people will be saved from greed." The shadow smiled, a quiet smile, and as the sun rose, the voices vanished. The streets became quiet again. Hopesville may have been deserted since that day, but Adrian's story is still told across America, that some streets aren't just deserted, they bear the shadows of history's pain and greed.